This is breaking news. We got some urgent action happening in the crypto charts right now. It is Friday, March 15th. It's 1:22 a.m. and we got to cover some stuff right now because we're at key moments. We're at key moments for altcoins. We're at key moments for Bitcoin. We're close to the time frame where I was expecting something to happen. And then I'm going to go over that and what follows after these next 3 weeks to potentially 3 months here. We got the market driver charts, the dollar, we got the crypto pump and dump chart, we got the altcoin season pulse chart, and we have the total crypto market cap, total 3, as well as 2 others. And we're going to go into Bitcoin, of course. I'm not going to go into any individual altcoins here, though, because we need to look at the macro picture given where we're at. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, share this with every crypto holder you know so they can be in touch with what we're on the brink of. So let's go into the dollar chart, because on the 12-hour chart, we have a vertical blue buy now that came in. Doesn't mean that as long as we remain under the CMA ribbon, it's not anything crazy to kind of get on the radar just yet. But if we were to break up above the EMA ribbon, hold that support, then we're going to have to revisit this to see how crypto's reacting to that, because the dollar going down, crypto usually goes up and vice versa. So right now we're still not in any area of kind of concern at the moment. Looking at the 1-day chart, we're below the 200 moving averages as well too. And so far, so good on that. And I think we're running into a micro trend line. So like if I pull this from there, yeah, we're getting close to that. That's in confluence with it. So until we break above there, not too crazy as far as where the dollar is at. We still have the momentum below the 0 line in the TSI. And if we get rejected here on the daily chart for the stock RSI at the 50 line, then it will be good. We'll be good. So let's take a look at the crypto market dump or pump chart, because I marked some key levels here that we need to discuss. So we had this horizontal green line below this line. If this chart goes below this line, then cryptos are going to go on a massive pump. Above this horizontal red line, cryptos dump. And that's what we saw a few hours ago. So as soon as we broke above that line, we started to dump. But then we had the line in the sand line. And if we break above that, then a wickening event, mother of all wicks. And we broke above that line and we had some 10%, 15% pullbacks real quick. And right now we're still above that level and we're on this micro trend line of support. So where we're at right now, I mean, that mother of all wickening event could be still in the cards here. And what I was expecting on March 18th to the 23rd, keep in mind it's the 15th, so we're getting close. You know, you got to give or take 1 to 3 days. In this situation, we could be, taking 3 days away, and we could be at the moment. But also, I have some charts that say, hey, no, there's a little bit time left. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But basically, what I want to see here is if we break back down below the line in the sand, this line, then we're going to be in good business. But even better, if we break back down below this line, then we're going to be even better. We'll likely come revisit the highs that we're at before this low dump. And then if we take out this line, that's when we see new highs across the board for altcoins and potentially Bitcoin too, as well, going up to over 80K. So let's go into a higher time frame, like the 12-hour chart, because that was more micro. We're looking at a micro sense, but the micro plays into the macro as well too. So you got to look at it. But looking at the 12-hour chart, if we get that TSI above that 0 line, it's lights out. So we definitely want to see this cross back down and momentum to roll over sooner than later here, especially because if we see that pink cross above the blue, that's not good. We want to see the blue be above the pink for this chart to go down so we can see cryptos pump, because below this line, cryptos pump. Looking at the belly of the beast though, another reason why I have this line here above this line, cryptos dump, is because of that. We broke below the belly of the beast, came up here. This is our first wickening event. No, our first one was like back a little bit further back, this one over here, but we had our first recent wickening event when we had a spike through that belly of the beast, came back down, we had a pump, then we had our wickening like kind of shakiness yesterday. We broke above the belly of the beast, got back down below, and we shot right back up above it. So we need to get back below the belly of the beast. If we maintain going up here, we're gonna have a wickening event, and where I think that would go to is, well, actually we'll get into that into a sec, because also the altcoin season pulse chart is at a critical convergence right now with the trend lines. We have about until Saturday, like midday Saturday, for this to make a decision on what it wants to do. Even though I'm on a 30-minute chart, I'm zoomed like pretty far out. as far as back into January here, January 1st. So basically all this year. And we've had these trend lines connecting, and now we're reaching this convergence point. We could see something where it like pops up here first and then comes down and rolls over and then hits this trend line coming down like that, something like that. Or we could just roll over right now. There's nothing saying we can't roll over right now. And we're at, I think it's the 786. So from this low up to this high, yeah, we tapped that 786. So if we roll over just now, then we're going to melt down. And where do I think we're going to melt down to? If we zoom even further out, we got this macro trend line from October 2023, November touch of 2023, December touch of 2023. We haven't touched it since 3 months ago, and it seemed like it was touching every month. So now it looks like we could be in the cards to melt down in this chart, which is amazing for altcoins, because when this chart melts down, altcoins melt up. And even better, if we see the crypto pump or dump chart melt down, cryptos pump. But on top of that, if we see this chart, the altcoin season pulse chart melt down in tandem with it, then alts are on a mega rally, face melting. And that's what we're waiting for this big boom here in these coming weeks. But a couple things on my radar as far as looking at Bitcoin, it's below 69K. It's below its previous 2021 all-time high here. Like back here, you see here, I want us to see Bitcoin get above 69K and be above its previous 2021 all-time high. I don't like that it's below it. So right now we're seeing shakiness in the market because it is below it. We need to get back above the concrete ceiling, the second concrete ceiling. So if we go to the 2024 moonshot targets template, we had broken above that 50K level back here, the first one. And then we got to this second concrete ceiling. We haven't got above that 73K and held that as support. We got rejected, came back down. We're actually below the concrete ceiling now. We're below it. And we have a vertical yellow 1-day sell now signal. Granted, the last one that we saw right here, that was our bottom, our local bottom for pumping up to then seeing this one right here. But look at the difference in the candle. This one was a nice green, like kind of spike up. This one's like beat red at the moment. So that's a little bit on my radar. But if we go out to a 2-day, let's see if we have sell warnings, 3-day as well too. We got sell warnings on the 2-day. Let's look at the 3-day sell warnings. But also the stock RSI is still kind of fine at the moment. TSI is still fine at the moment. So if anything, I don't want to see us just kind of have a meltdown like that real quick. I think we would work ourselves out a little bit in the zone first before one of those wicks, which I think could come the 18th to the 23rd, around that time frame. So this could just be a minor dip kind of leading to what is bigger about to come. But that doesn't mean, so I do think that does come, but doesn't mean we can't see a little bounce back up to kind of sucker people in before doing something like that. So that's what I'm watching, but also watching on the 12-hour chart for Bitcoin that this blue can't cross above that pink. We tried to do it back here February 25th, and the pink said, nope, I'm going back up for a bullish rally, and the blue came back down. So if we see this start to come and kiss, we need to see that rejection come in, and for them to be like, nah, not now. So that's what we need to see happen. If that crosses up, last time we did that was back in January. It was a rough January. We saw it in middle of December going sideways. So that's what we got to watch. And then with the TSI, we need to see that cross back up. A lot of selling in that MACD though. But and where we're at on the 12-hour with the RSI at this key level, ever since January breaking above it, that was when we flipped from our like kind of bearish scary moment at 38K. We got the buy now signal, reclaimed that 50 on the 12-hour RSI, been above it this whole time. We're at it right now. We're at a critical moment. It's time to buckle down. And that's what we're going to be doing in the Discord. We've been keeping people updated in the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, link is in the bio. Come join it. You got to get in there for the updates. We've been keeping people updated. Tons of new members joining. Welcome to all of you. But if we go to market updates here, I'm keeping people updated in real time all throughout the day, 33 hours a day, man. We're doing it. So come join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Let's go to the other chart, because this is a scenario I'm watching as far as, all right, maybe this was just a little kind of intro to what could be to come for a bigger dip down, and this was just a little minor dip before we have a bigger kind of lead up, a big pump up on the other chart. So we have this kind of 1, and then maybe we have to do a 3, and it's a bigger one. It's always like small, medium, large, and then bigger correction down. So this is what I'm seeing, and basically this horizontal red line is the micro 2.618 extension on the fibs. And this green line is the macro Big Daddy all-time high 2021 bull market top to bear market low in 2022. the 786 macro retrace, and we've gotten above it. Well, we got hung up at it in March, got slammed down, got above it, support, and most recently on this dip, we touched it, held it as support. So we want to maintain above that level. If we break that, it's likely we're going into the wick at that moment. If we hold it and we start to bounce up, it's likely we're going to test this trend line higher, and we could come up here to test this orange moving average, which could extend into that kind of zone of the dates, the 18th to the 23rd. So this could be a scenario here. Don't get suckered in, because I think that is what would be next. Bam. And then we can ride it up for a massive April. So that's what I'm watching as far as this goes to a T. Because also, and then if we break that key horizontal level, then it's likely we're going to come down to the purple moving average, which from that horizontal level is 18% drop across the board for the altcoins as a collective. But from current levels where we're at, that would be, 20%. And that's a big, a lot of money could flow out of certain altcoins, that could crash a coin even more than that, 40%, 50%. This is the basket. It's the other chart. So that's what I'm watching as far as that goes. And then this is the crypto total market cap, and it's at its key level as well too. This horizontal green line, 2.474 trillion. I think that's its macro 786 as well too. So, and we bounced off it so far, but we need to see more. We need to see more here and break back up, at least in the short term, back above 2.5 trillion, 2.53 trillion, to feel a little safer here, to see that scenario play out on the other chart for a pump back up a little bit higher high, get people more excited. There's a lot of greed right now. Wipe out, the longs and make people think it's dead, and then bang, send it up. Every single big wick like that, days later, ends up right back to where it was and higher, because we're in a bull market, baby. So that's how it goes. It's how it goes. So that's what I'm watching, guys. Those are the charts. Critical moment. I got to let you guys know about it. And this is what I'm going to be keeping people updated on in the Discord. So link is in the bio. Come join the Discord market updates. I'll be keeping people updated on all these key macro charts. So that's it. I'll see you in the Discord and in the next video.